There have been times that I have said something that I wanted to take back in the moment it came out of my mouth. You know that feeling. The words come out sharper than you meant them. The tone hits wrong, and there is this half a second where you can almost watch the whole thing happening from outside of yourself, but you cannot quite reach in and stop it. Later, I would find myself replaying it. What was I actually reacting to? What was underneath all of that? Why did that particular thing hit me so hard? That right there is where a lot of us live. This is what I want to talk about today because I think it is one of the most important conversations we can have about how we actually grow. So today, I want to walk you through the 3 stages of awareness, where they show up, why each one matters, and what to do when you catch yourself living mostly in stage 1. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Seasons of Joy podcast. My name is Jill Pack, and this is episode number 212, entitled The 3 Stages of Awareness. And I am so glad to have you here. Before I dive into this week's episode, I want to talk about something new that I have been working on for a while now. It's called the C.A.R.E Circle, and I'm so excited to share it with you. Because what if the missing piece to creating a more joyful life isn't more information? What if it's just practice in community with women who get it? Let's say you've read all the books, you've done all the work, you know what you want to do in those hard moments, but there's a gap, and that gap is in the doing, and that gap closes in community, not in isolation. And that's what the C.A.R.E Circle is for. A space for midlife women of faith who are ready to trade reactivity for revelation. Inside, we spend time really understanding the C.A.R.E map together. It is 6 simple steps that create more room for clarity, agency, and grace. There are teachings, live coaching, honest conversation, and a circle of women walking this with you. The waitlist is open and we start in September, and I have included the link to join the waitlist in the show notes, and I would love to have you in there. So now on to this week's episode. The 3 stages of awareness. Stage 1, after the fact. The first stage of awareness is the one that comes after the conversation is over, or the reaction has already happened, or your husband has gone to bed, and now you're lying there, or you're driving home, or you're standing at the sink, and you're finally seeing it. Oh, that's what I did. Oh, that's why it hit me so hard. Or, oh, I wish I had responded differently. This is where most of us begin. And it is very important to understand that stage 1 is not a failure. Stage 1 is actually the doorway. For a long time in my life, I did not even have stage 1. I was reacting, and I was justifying, and I was blaming the situation or the person in front of me. I was not looking back at myself with any kind of curiosity. I was just moving on. But when you develop the ability to look back and see yourself clearly, that is the beginning of everything. It's the beginning of change, of choice, and the version of you that you actually want to become. So if you're living in stage 1 right now, know that this is not a problem. This is your starting line. And stage 2, in the moment. The second stage of awareness happens while it is happening. You feel that tightening in your chest. You hear the tone starting to sharpen in your own voice. You notice the story that is playing in your head about what your husband meant, or what your daughter is thinking, or what this whole situation is really about. And in that moment, you have awareness. You are not just doing it, you are watching yourself do it. And you have a small window to choose something different. This is where redirection and reframing and repair live. You can pause, you can take a breath, you can say, hang on, let me try that again. You can name what is happening inside of your body. You can gently bring yourself back to the present moment. Now, I want to be honest with you because stage 2 is where I actually try to live. It is where I coach my clients to live, and it is not neat and tidy. Stage 2 is messy because we are messy human beings. You will notice the pattern in the middle, and still finish the sentence you wish you had not started. You will catch yourself in the reaction and still take another 20 seconds to soften. This is not failure. This is being human with your eyes open. The point of stage 2 is not perfection. The point of stage 2 is real-time repair. It is the ability to say in the middle of it, wait, let me come back. Let me try that again. That skill will change your marriage, your relationship with your adult children, and how you sit in a hard conversation with a friend or a coworker. Stage 2 is where most of the good work happens. And finally, stage 3, ahead of time. The third stage of awareness happens before anything else has happened at all. You know a conversation or a visit is coming. You know the holidays are coming, and there's this specific dynamic that always has tripped you up. And ahead of time, you decide, not what the other person will do, because you cannot control that. You decide how you want to show up, what you want to think, how you want to feel in your body, what you want your presence to communicate in that room. This is where you sit with your drink or your journal or your scriptures and your prayer, and you think it through. You imagine the moment. You feel the version of yourself that you want to be, and you get clear on your intention before you ever walk in the door. Stage 3 is the ideal, but honestly, we will get to stage 3 sometimes on the important stuff, on the conversations we know are coming, in the seasons of life where we are being especially intentional. Stage 3 is available, and it is so powerful, and it changes outcomes and experiences. But if you tell yourself that a healthy person lives in stage 3 all the time, you will exhaust yourself trying to plan and prepare every human interaction of your life. That is not the goal. That is not realistic or sustainable. And it's not even necessary. Stage 3 is a tool. You pull it out for those moments that matter most, and let the rest of your life be lived in stage 2 with grace. Now, awareness is powerful, and I say this all the time. We cannot change what we do not see. And the fact that you are becoming a person who sees yourself clearly is no small thing. This is spiritual soul work. But awareness by itself will hurt you if you just stop there. Because what happens when we see ourselves clearly and we do not have anything else to hold on to? We beat ourselves up. We use awareness as a weapon against ourselves. We take every reaction, every pattern, every messy human moment, and we turn it into evidence that we are failing or that we are broken, that something is wrong with us. That is not growth. That is self-punishment dressed up as insight. Awareness is only the first piece. If you have been with me for a while, you know the progress formula. Grace equals self-awareness plus self-acceptance plus self-compassion plus self-trust. Self-awareness is what we've been talking about today. Seeing yourself clearly in all of these 3 stages. Self-acceptance is what comes next. Oh, that's what I did, and I'm still a beloved daughter of God. Both of those things are true at the same time. Self-compassion is what makes the seeing safe. Of course you reacted that way. Look at what you were carrying. Look at what your body was doing. Look at the story that was running underneath. And self-trust is what carries you forward. I saw it. I accepted it. I offered myself compassion. And now I trust myself to just keep learning, to keep growing, to try again tomorrow. That is grace, not perfection, not never reacting, not always operating in stage 3. Grace is the whole cycle over and over as you become more of who you were made to be. If you are listening to this and you're thinking, I live in stage 1 and I only ever see it afterward, that's beautiful. Keep looking back. Keep letting yourself see, and then add in self-compassion to the seeing so that stage 1 becomes a place of learning instead of shame. And if you're listening and you're thinking, I catch myself in the moment sometimes, but I still cannot stop the reaction, that is real progress. So just keep practicing, because that window of stage 2 gets wider the more you use it. And if you're listening and thinking, I want to try stage 3 for the conversation I have coming up this week, then do it. Pause. Get clear. Decide who you want to be before you walk in the room. Now, I've done a couple of episodes that go deeper into these ideas, and I will link them in the show notes. But for today, I just want you to take this away. You are not behind. You are becoming. And this is the work that we will be doing in the Clarity Circle, an opportunity to really apply these 3 stages of awareness, as well as the progress formula of self-awareness, self-acceptance, self-compassion, and self-trust. We use those to make wanted change, to become the person we want, but we do it with other women walking alongside us. The link to the Clarity Circle waitlist is in the show notes as well, so click it, watch your email for more information. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next week.